Killers of the Flower Moon, The Osage Murders and the Birth of the FBI by David Grann is a gripping nonfiction work that uncovers a dark chapter in American history. Summary. The book is set in the 1920s in Osage County, Oklahoma, and centers on the Osage Indian Nation, who, after being forced onto a seemingly worthless piece of land, became extraordinarily wealthy due to vast oil deposits discovered beneath their reservation. As the Osage people began to benefit from the oil boom, they became the target of a sinister and systematic murder campaign. Members of the tribe were poisoned, shot, and even bombed in their homes. The death toll rose, and the nature of the killings pointed to a conspiracy rather than random acts of violence. The Osage began to live in fear, distrusting not only outsiders but even members of their own community, as it became clear that some of the murderers were marrying into families to get closer to the wealth. The local authorities did little to solve the crimes, and in many cases they were complicit. The rampant corruption and the scale of the killings eventually led to the involvement of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, which was still in its infancy. The case was one of the first major homicide investigations undertaken by the FBI and its young director, J. Edgar Hoover. Hoover assigned an old frontier lawman named Tom White to the case. White, with a hand-picked team, employed then-modern techniques of forensic science and undercover work to unravel the mystery. The investigation exposed a chilling conspiracy in which those close to the Osage, including trusted advisors and family members, were involved in the murders to inherit the oil wealth. Grann's narrative not only recounts the history, but also delves deep into the prejudice and greed that enabled such heinous crimes. Moreover, in his research, Grann discovered evidence pointing to many more killings than those officially recognized, suggesting that the true scale of the tragedy was much larger than previously thought. Killers of the Flower Moon illuminates a forgotten period of American history, highlighting the depths of human depravity and the systemic racism that allowed such atrocities to occur. 3 episodes in the book. 1. The mysterious deaths of the Gray family. Anna Brown, a member of the Osage tribe, was found dead in a ravine. This wasn't an isolated incident. Other members of her family, including her mother Lizzie and sister Rita, were either found dead under suspicious circumstances or disappeared. As the investigation unfolds, it becomes apparent that someone was targeting the entire family for their shares in the oil wealth. 2. Undercover in Osage County. Tom White and his team had to resort to undercover tactics to gather evidence, as many in the community were either involved in the conspiracy or too terrified to speak. One of the agents, John Wren, went undercover as a medicine man, while another, Cowley, posed as an insurance salesman. Their covert operations eventually led to breakthroughs in the investigation. 3. The trial of William Hale. William K. Hale, a powerful local figure and a man once seen as a friend to the Osage, was revealed to be one of the masterminds behind the murders. He had orchestrated a series of killings, often with the help of Ernest Burkhart, his nephew, to gain control over the Osage wealth. The trial was a significant event, shedding light on the depths of the conspiracy and betrayal. 3. Ending. The FBI, under the leadership of Tom White and his team, unravels the conspiracy and brings several of the key perpetrators to justice. One of the primary conspirators is revealed to be William K. Hale, a powerful local figure who had positioned himself as a friend and protector of the Osage. He, along with his associates, including his nephew Ernest Burkhart, Dickapro, had orchestrated the murders of several Osage people to seize control of their oil wealth. They would do so by marrying into the tribe or using legal machinations to gain access to the head rights, which were the valuable shares in the oil revenue. The trial was a significant event and drew national attention. Hale and several of his associates were found guilty. While the convictions represented a measure of justice for the Osage, the full extent of the conspiracy was likely much larger than the cases that were tried. Many of the murders remained unsolved, and the exact number of victims is still unknown. In the last part of the book, David Grann shares his own investigative journey. He reveals that the scale of the crimes was probably much broader than the official narrative suggests. He encounters evidence pointing to potential involvement or complicity by many more individuals, and many murders were never officially accounted for. The book ends on a reflective note, pondering the depths of human greed and prejudice, the resilience of the Osage people, and the complexities of justice and history. The true impact of the story is in revealing the systemic racism, unchecked greed, and corruption that allowed these heinous events to transpire and reminding readers of the often forgotten chapters in American history.